Hey there, Glenn with the Toy Temple, and today I'm taking a look at Power Rangers Lightning Collection Lost Galaxy Red Ranger and In Space Psycho Red Ranger? I swear I reviewed that one before, but, oh, wait, that was Legacy Psycho Red Ranger. So now I get to do a comparison between the old versus the new. Taking a look at the box, we've got Red Ranger on this side, Red Ranger on this side, and I love the art when it comes to the Lightning Collection boxes. Really great stuff. Just art on the side, man, just looks so good. On the back, you get kind of an action shot between the two figures. I love this 2-pack. Really makes sense. Gives you a good look at the accessories it comes with, how to pose them, but it really doesn't tell you too much else in terms of, you know, other figures. What else is coming? I wish there'd be a little bit more to these packages. On the top, a little bit of lightning bolt, some barcode action. Picked this up for $10 at the Gamestop sale. Pretty good deal. $5 each for 2 action figures, basically. So maybe one will edge out the other one. We'll see. But let's get Leo out of the package, take a look at him, and then we'll get down to business with the Psycho Red Ranger. And I hope you'll join me. And here is Leo out of the package, and you know, he looks pretty good. I've said this before, even when reviewing Magna Defender, I've never watched Lost Galaxy, but I respect the fans and the effort that went into the show, because it was a pretty difficult production to do, especially after the big story arc of In Space, you know, Mighty Morphin to In Space, and that was supposed to be kind of the end of the show, but they kept it going with Lost Galaxy. So I always thought it was interesting that this apparently was the, not the savior of the show, but it was like, hey, Power Rangers isn't going anywhere. You know, keep paying attention to us. So big respect for Lost Galaxy. The figure, though, I've always liked the design. The zigzags look cool on the outfits themselves, but this one, I think the paint's a little sloppy. So like, for example, down here, it's just slightly off center, and then it just throws the whole thing off. Same thing at the back, and in fact, it's a little worse on the back. On this one, they messed up, not as bad, but yeah, it just starts to get sloppy with these zigzags. Right about the torso, it's a little off center. If you try to line it up just right, I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to do zigzags. Yeah, look at that. That's not right. Yeah, it's just slightly off center, and that goes all the way across each part of this. I think this wrist is actually, it's a little. What about you? What about this wrist? Anything to complain about on this one? What's the deal? Wait a minute. This wrist, oh, I see. Okay, I was doing it with the bicep swivel. Okay. Okay, slightly off, but I can work with it. You know, it's a good looking Ranger, to be honest. You know, very few paint apps. The belt buckle looks good. Wish it was a little bit more molded, but I like the gold. The white got on the holster a little bit. Not a fan of that. I do like that they hit it in certain areas with a little bit of gloss, and then they just kind of went flat black with it. Oh, that's not good. The paint got on the... Oh, that paint is coming right off there. Oh, no. Which means I have to pose them like that forever? Oh, man. What in the world? Are you serious? That stinks. So yeah, he's going to have to be like hunched over forever now because of that paint coming off of his ab crunch. Man, that is a shame. Ugh. Okay, so the paint's obviously going to greatly affect this score by the end. Let's see how the articulation works. So double jointed knees, boot cut, ankle pivot, ankle rockers, thigh swivel, legs kick back, none. Legs kick out. Forward. Yeah. just about 90, almost. Bicep swivel, pretty sweet. Double jointed elbows, rocking it. 360 wrist, hinge, butterfly shoulders, really loose. Not a fan of those. Arms go all the way around. Upper torso diaphragm. And then, of course, the ab crunch killer, the paint eraser. Neck, yeah, you can get a little bit of teenagers with attitude. And then goes all the way around. It is on a ball and peg. You can look up, down. He is pretty solid in that regard. So good articulation. The face, these Lost Galaxy helmets, they all look like they're smiling. I don't know what it is. It's just goofy. I do like the functionality of the visors. That's a big thing with me, especially when it comes to Power Rangers whose helmets have that black. But then it's like, you look at the actual symmetry of a face and the eyes are like pretty much up here or something. It matters, okay? Don't add the black visor if that's not where the eyes are. The green eyes up here look pretty good. The yellow could be a little bit not as sloppy. I think they just hit it with like one little patch of yellow, but what are you gonna do? I can still see through a little bit, but it's not the end all be all. Nice gloss on the helmet. He's got a little bit of paint. Looks like black paint right there. It's not coming off. He's a solid figure, but I can see a lot of issues with this, and that's a darn shame. If I spent the $40 for this 2-pack, I'd be super upset if this is what came out. You know, jagged lines, sloppy paint that peels off when using articulation to reveal basically nothing. I can't get behind that. I think he's got potential, but he's not looking super good right now. Let's do this. Let's take a look at his accessories, and then we'll kick it on over to our comparison between the two Psycho Rangers. And accessory-wise, we've got quite a few things for the Red Ranger. I like this swoosh effect that equips onto the Quasar Saber. Really neat. Translucent red, little flame effect. I dig it. I wonder if it'll fit with anything else, like Marvel Legends. It's kind of a thin hole, but yeah, slides right in with that one. Very little resistance. Speaking of the Quasar Saber, this one is the extended version. So when you look at it, it's got like the little logo right there for the Ranger. It's got two little golden horns. They did the zigzag down to the hilt. And at the base, more gold paint. They got the little letters. Ooh, it looks good. Silver came out really nice. Gold at the tip. They even managed to get the little black at the tip of the sword as well. Man, really nice job on this Quasar Saber. Really good stuff. And then you've got the shortened version, which fits inside the holder right there. So that way, you know, I don't know, you could pose them with it or have them extended out with the sword. And the sword does fit in his hand pretty nicely. Let's see how it does with the flame effect. Any resistance? Yeah, it's a little bit heavy, but you know, I could probably see him, especially with these butterfly joints, rocking both. Maybe. It takes some effort. There, that's not too bad. Yeah, okay. And then we've got the head, and it fairly looks like Leo. He does have a bit of a 5 head going, and usually he's shown with like bangs coming across his forehead, but let's see if it fits on here. And it does. Nice. You can get no attitude, but he can rotate, which is nice. And yeah, looks just looks like him, like maybe an older version of Leo, but I think it's okay. Lightning Collection just needs to work on their faces a little bit more, but additional hands, you know, same fare as usual. Punch and power, then the Hiya karate chop hand. Good stuff. Nice selection for Leo. So on the left, we have the Legacy line. Psycho Ranger, and I gave this a 4 out of 5 when I first reviewed it. I really liked it. I actually went back, watched my review, and I don't think I changed the score. It's pretty solid for Bandai release, and I like it a lot. This has some things I wanted to talk about. It's definitely got some differences. So first off, size-wise, obviously different scale, so just wanted to get that out of the way. Seemed like the easiest thing to point out, but yeah, they are different scales, obviously. Legacy was a little bit larger, to say the least. The molded torso on the Legacy line, I prefer that one much more than this guy. He's got kind of a, there we go, thank goodness. He's got this piece that sits over his actual figure, and it's rubbery, and I'm not quite a fan. It just doesn't look right, and it doesn't sit well, and I don't know. It makes the figure look too small, especially when it comes to the neck, because the neck just looks like it's so short. And I know a lot of the Legacy figures, what if it's had higher? Oh man, that'd be so much better. That would be so much better, but it's not. It sits so low. What is the deal with that? At least on this one, you know, you can see he's got some neck, but let's see. Logo on the belt actually looks nicer on the Legacy. Much more clean gold. Looks more show accurate. This one's missing a little dip in the center. It's just better. And it also comes out further. I love that, man. The knee pads, still wrong. The Psycho Ranger, his are connected in such a way, but they're still just wrong. maybe someone someday will get it right, but they're just here, look. They're wrong. They're wrong. The pelvis are actually more accurate on the Lightning Collection, which is good. Got that right at least. Got the studs up at the top. That looks good. The red paint I actually prefer on the Legacy. It's just shinier and just pops a lot more. This just looks kind of dull. I don't know. It just doesn't look right. And it looks like it's almost two different types of paint used. I just don't like that. The shoulders, you know, I pointed it out before, but it's worth saying again. The molded is 10,000 times better than this rubber deco piece they decided to throw on. They're also much pointier on the molded version. I like them pointier. And then as far as accessories go, one weapon is just superior to the other one, and that is Lightning Collection all the way. The gradient of the silver going down to the black, all the way to the handle, and adding that little bit of, you know, coil to it. The red looks good. Just really good looking weapon. And I can't believe it. It's larger than the Legacy line. How? For a smaller figure, but a larger weapon. And then it also comes with lightning hands, which, you know, automatic A+ in any accessory for lightning hands. And then he does have a punching hand. But I did swap out this, because out of the box he has the lightning hand, but I just, for comparison's sake. And I like the Psycho Rangers. They span across 2 different shows, and it's just incredible, their longevity. But I gotta say, I'm still feeling like this one is the better figure. It's not gonna fit with any of the other Lightning Collection stuff. Here. Yeah, he's too much of a brute. And I'm not, you know, these two, I feel like he should be slightly larger even at the 6-inch scale, but this is just still too big. He shouldn't be a giant monster. He should just be a regular sized monster. So what do I think about this 2-pack? Well, if you haven't been paying attention for the last whole review, you probably can tell I'm not super big on it. A lot has to do with the paint, has a lot to do with the articulation, really scraping up the paint, enough to damage the figure. And I'm sure it's happened before, but I can't remember the last time it's actually happened. Like, look at that. That stinks. That is genuinely upsetting to me. I can make it work on the shelf to make him, I don't know, not show that, but man, that's going to be tough to swallow for anything. The weapons are incredible. There's some seriously good quality stuff here. Like his Quasar Saber, the Psycho Red Ranger sword, man. Lightning hand, extra hands, Quasar Saber fits inside of his holster. Good stuff. Look at that. Bam. I may just give him both weapons because, you know, I like showing off all the accessories I can on my shelves. Probably not with the flame effect, but for this 2-pack, it's like a 2 out of 5. Both have good qualities, but I can't recommend this one. If every one off the assembly line was this rough, man, that's for $40, that's a deal breaker. So with that, thank you so much for watching. Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, both at The Toy Temple. Hit like, share, subscribe. Let me know down in the comments if you watched Lost Galaxy. I'm a huge Magna Defender fan. Great design, way better than this. So if you see that one still on the shelf, pick that one up instead. So with that, thank you so much for watching. And remember, you're never too old to enjoy the things you love.